Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It is I, your host, Mr. Sean, here with a very special episode. A special not only for its content, but also because it is my wedding day. Yes, that's right. As you are listening to this, I am in the process of getting married. Now, of course, I'm not recording this today. I am not a fucking idiot. The soon-to-be Mrs. Sean would never forgive me if I did that. But please feel free to leave a comment on this video. I will not, of course, be checking it today, but I will respond to comments as soon as I can. Due to our buddy Roro being on medicine and not wanting to leave him for too long, we are not taking a traditional honeymoon. We'll instead be taking about a week-long staycation where we just enjoy our time as a new married couple. So I don't know how active I will be on this channel during that time, but rest assured I will get back to you as soon as I can. Now, as I have stated before, I'm not a huge fan of weddings, but as they say, the wedding day is for the bride, the wedding night is for the groom. And speaking of wedding nights, I recently saw an Instagram ad for a product known as Hard Mints by Hims, which is supposedly a mint, like a breath mint, that can also be used to treat ED, erectile dysfunction. And as someone who grew up in a generation where we pop mints like they're actual candy, that terrifies me. I feel like that could go wrong in so many ways. But seeing that ad reminded me of a similar product I used to see when I would take trips to the Asian market. Now, this was not some little hole-in-the-wall mom-and-pop store. This was Cam's Asian Market in Hilliard, Ohio, or possibly Columbus. I don't know what the address actually is. Very nice, huge Asian grocery store with anything you could possibly want. Like, we're not talking a small shop. This is a full-sized grocery store. Like any Kroger or Giant Eagle would be rivaled in size by this thing. But they had a small health supplement section, and there was this one product that I used to see, and I used to think, wow, I should really buy that as a gag gift for somebody because I really would not trust it in my body. However, I stopped seeing it at the market, and I thought, wonder whatever happened to it. Did it get pulled from the market because the company went under, or was it actually dangerous? And I actually decided to research and look into it, and here's what I found. But before we get into that, let me talk to you a little bit about my business. Now, of course, as you likely know already, my business is called Chimera Miniatures, where I make custom kit bash miniatures as well as not safe for work repaints. Whether you're trying to bring a little spice to your tabletop or just give your players a monster they've never seen the likes of before, Chimera Miniatures has you covered. I sell miniatures on eBay, Etsy, and Mercari. I also take commissions if you would like to message me directly. I also have a Patreon where I have $3, $5, and $10 monthly tiers, each with their own different rewards. I'm also going to put a link in the description to both my Amazon wish list as well as our wedding registry. I don't know if that's still going to be active today as it is the day of the wedding, but hey, if you're feeling generous and would like to buy me a wedding gift, who am I to say no? Not required, though. Of course, what I do ask is that you like, you comment, you subscribe, and you share the video around. The more people that see this, the better the algorithm will be, the more people that can see these videos, and the more minis I can potentially sell. But with that all being said, let's get into today's video. So the product in question is a male enhancement pill known as, and I got this wrong for so long, it's Stree Overlord. I thought that, for obvious reasons that will be obvious here in a second, that it was called Street Overlord. And that reason is this pill's packaging, which claims that it exceeds Viagra and Cialis, features a prominent image of a highly detailed Ryu from Street Fighter just pounding the absolute out of Chun-Li. I mean, it is clear that he is really giving her the old and from her face, she seems to be really enjoying it. I don't think I ever was good enough at Street Fighter to unlock this bonus minigame, so you know. But the thing is it's something that just for years I always saw that it was there and said, someday I'll buy some of it to give to somebody as a joke gift, just someone who likes Street Fighter, because it's an interesting package to say the least. And then recently, it just was no longer there, so that kind of made me wonder, well, what happened to it? But it was also one of those thoughts that you really don't ever, go looking into until it came back to the forefront of my mind when I saw the ad for the hard mints. And just briefly looking into this, I found that it was recalled, for reasons I will get into later, but that whether this is actually effective or not and how safe it is a huge matter of debate. Like, I'll be honest, I never once thought this product was in any likelihood safe. It was just something that clearly was bordering, if not outright copyright infringing, a well-known property in an attempt to sell dick pills to men. But I definitely was a bit shocked at just how unsafe it supposedly might be, which again, we'll get into that. But I think it would probably be a good idea to first take a look at the claims that Stree Overlord claims to be able to do for your love life.
You ready for this?
So to start off, let's go right to the source, by which I mean, what does the packaging claim? Well, when we look at the front of the package, where we see the image that I told you about, as well as the name of the product, Stree Overlord, it will say that it exceed Viagra and Cialis. The best sellable product of the world. Take effect in 10 minutes, makes it big, long-lasting, increasing sperms. It claims to be strong, and it is 10 pills of 12,800 milligrams. Get 10 pills of sperm-generating pills. If we look at the back of the product, we see that it is the technology for the product is provided by the Hong Kong Shenlong Biology Medicine Research Center, which I guess you must defeat Shenlong. The manufacturer is the Qinghai Baojiangtang, I know I said that wrong, sorry, pharmaceutical company, and it is located in People's Road 168, Qinghai. My apologies, I do not speak Mandarin. I'm sure I pronounced that horribly. But at the top of the product, it says, it is product for penis enlargement with pure natural plant formula, and the formula has already obtained a patent. It can enlarge the penis size, increase the erection hardness and lasting time permanently, improving the sexual health entirely. That's a pretty bold claim. Special effect. 1. Great effects on impotence, prospermia, sex letdown, shortness of penis, hypogenesis of genitals, kidney weakness, and penis atrophy of the old. That's a list of things. Number 2 on this list, assistant effects of micturition, urgency of urination, prostatitis, and prostatic hyperplasia. So apparently it helps with urination and with prostate health. Number 3 says it can renew the sperm, enhance sexual activity with powerful effects on erection of sperm. I didn't know sperm got erect. Low activity, abnormality of sperm, non-liquefaction, and so on. Liquefaction, and so on. 4, this product has unique components taken after drinking won't affect the effect. Sorry, the text editing on this is absolutely awful. People with heart disease and hypertension can also take it. It has great effect on prostate. Which, that's also a pretty interesting claim, because a lot of times there will be chemicals in these male enhancement and erectile dysfunction medicine that cannot be taken if you cannot take them if you are also taking certain types of heart medication. Special effect. So apparently there's a whole nother special effect on this. Number 1 of this list is sex would be aroused quickly or enhanced after taking the capsule. The worry of sex would be replaced by sexual impulsion with initiative movement to woman. Again, the English is very bad on this, but I think what that means is that rather than having low libido, you're going to have so much libido that your woman's going to have to worry that you're about to attack her with your Hadouken! Judging by that claim, that look on Chun-Li's face might not be ecstasy, but rather just pure surprise. I mean, nothing's worse than when you show up expecting a street fight and end up with a cream pie in your Hasenka! So number 2. is pleasure will be enhanced while the sex time is as long as 180 minutes. You know, most places say if you have an erection with these pills that last too long, you should go see a doctor. Apparently, this is just supposed to take you on a 3-hour round trip to Pound Town. Number 3 is multi-sex is possible with multi-erection. The penis won't soften after ejaculation. Honestly, that's a little concerning because that is exactly what it is supposed to do. But apparently after taking some Stree Overlord, even after you climax, your member will be erect in defiance of not only your own will, but in defiance of God's will itself and the laws of nature by just, it's still good to go. Let's go for round 2. Fight! Number 4 claims that the penis will erect in 15 minutes after taking the capsule. Penis will be wider, bigger, higher rigidity after long period taken. Penis may increase 2 to 3 centimeters in minth? What the fuck is minth? Apparently, after looking it up, minth is not a word. I think they mean length. Without rebound. People with here, I think that's supposed to be heart disease, and hypertension can also take it. It has great effect on prostate. They are really going with the idea that people with heart disease can take this, even though I'm not sure people with heart disease should be attempting to pound someone like they're attempting to their partner's cervix. So, not entirely sure that is a great market for this product based on what it's, trying to showcase. Usage is to take 1 capsule 5 minutes before sex, so I guess they're they say it will take effect in 15, so I guess that they're timing you at like 10 minutes of foreplay. A special note, if multi-erection or non-ejaculation happens in sex, please drink cold water for therapy. So apparently you gotta take a cold shower on the inside if this thing doesn't do what it's supposed to do. The second note being, please don't take it with hypertensive medicine, so that might actually be contradicting earlier claims, and also you should not take repeatedly within 1 day. You're supposed to store it in a cool and dry place, and the product is apparently guaranteed to be good for 3 years. But in all honesty, despite some absolutely atrocious English text editing, nothing in this description seems overly questionable. Like, in all honesty, the only thing that really, just looking at the packaging, that makes me think that this is probably full of bullshit is the fact of the knockoff Street Fighter sex image they decided to go with for a cover. Like, it's depicting the antics of a horny, Rumble McScrimmage, who's out to punish his partner's private parts as if he killed your father. But yeah, beyond that, I would almost think that while this is clearly a foreign product, it might be totally legit. So of course, like any good YouTuber, my next step was to go to the internet and do some research. Ultimately, the thing I kind of wanted to find out was, why is it no longer available? Or is it available and the place I used to see it just doesn't stock it anymore? I did find several websites that talked about it and even reviewed it, and I'll say the reviews were kind of a mixed bag. On the one hand, it definitely appears, at least from the reviews, if we are assuming that they are legit, including one website called Best Enhancement Reviews, where article was written by Dave Walker, who, as of May 22nd, 2014, who supposedly tried this product himself, rated it 2.5 out of 6 stars, giving it a 50% or okay rating. The last time the article was modified was May 20th of 2018. This was actually the first article that I read, and it definitely started painting a picture that would more or less confirm some of the later things that I would find. Now, he starts off with this passage concerning the ingredients of the product.
We searched far and wide to find a description of the ingredients in Stree Overlord, but our efforts were futile. The best part about it was, after we searched their website and attempted to go back to the search results in Google, we noticed that they disabled our browser's back button. You just gotta love websites that do this. They obviously are a very professional organization. Catch the sarcasm?
The article basically went on to state that while the reviews they could find, as well as the author's own experiences, that it will give you an erection as it promises, there's a lot of negative side effects, including headache, nausea, trouble sleeping, like not stuff you really want to be experiencing when you're about to take a nice old trip to Pound Town. Also, given the description of the actual main website, I actually chose not to go there out of fear of if there might be spyware or something. It just sounded sketchy as hell. However, I did find several articles that included descriptions and direct copies from the main website, including this one that comes directly from the manufacturer.
Man alone cannot burn a fire this extreme. Women crave fierce intensity. Most men experience at some point in their lives, usually by age 40, that their penis is not getting as hard and big as often or as much as it used to when they were younger. Diminishing men's ability to get a big hard-on is scientifically called erectile dysfunction, ED. ED is usually caused by too much stress, psychological problems and problems in the blood vessels, injuries to nerves, lowered hormone levels or use of certain medications. Erectile dysfunction, ED, of various degrees common in aging men can cause emotional and relationship problems and often leads to diminished self-esteem. Stree Overlord has proved to be one of the safest, reliable, the most effective, totally addiction-free, penis-enhancing product. The formula is a natural supplement made from rare and herbal extracts and prepared through traditional Chinese techniques set to answer men's sexual needs. Stree Overlord is specifically designed to improve men's sexual performance. Its use will cause penis to regain its prime condition by enlargement of penile arteries and increasing the blood flow into corpus cavernosum sponge tissue. At the same time, it stimulates and gradually increases tension of parasympathetic nerves. This results in a larger and longer lasting erection and significant improvement of sexual performance, which makes your women satisfied. Couples who have sexual problems in their life or simply want to enhance their sexual needs are now contented and happier. Made from super purification, Stree Overlord is a supplement for men with the added effects of improving kidney and strengthening vitality as well as enlarging penis. Stree Overlord can help you to re-establish your male power. This product has sold thousands and millions after it launched in Asia, which brought happiness to innumerable men. The formula is a long-effect spermacy element pill. Stree Overlord has a marked male hormone-like nature with albumin assimilation and stimulating marrow building blood function, accelerates blood corpuscle growth and sperm building. Ingredients: epimedium leaf extract, cuscuta seed extract, ginkgo biloba leaf, Asian red ginseng, palmetto berry, muirapama bark extract, catawba bark extract, hawthorn berry.
So it seems pretty much generic pander about what it's supposed to do, but let's take a look at those ingredients. Epimedium leaf extract is also known as horny goat weed. That name kind of says it all. Horny goat weed has been sold as a natural aphrodisiac for a number of years. It's also used to treat symptoms such as fatigue and high blood pressure. There is minimal information to determine whether or not it actually works, though it is known to cause stomach issues. So that's one of the side effects. The rest of the ingredients, while natural, they're supposed to help increase blood flow and whatnot, possibly stamina and libido. In fact, maca, which is described as Peru's natural Viagra, studies have confirmed that it can do this. However, they're not really, these are small pills. The amount of these ingredients in them may or may not make a difference. But again, it does, reviews say it does work. So why has this product been removed from shelves? And I did indeed determine that is what happened, is it has been recalled. But that's more due not so much to the things listed, but due to some deceptive practices by the company in the marketing of this product. So in my research, I found a website called Supplement Critique, and they talked about not only like the ingredients, is where I got some of that information, but they had a section called Things to Consider about Stree Overlord.
While doing our research, we ran into a number of problems with Stree Overlord. First and foremost, the entire website. The website is clearly written by a non-native English speaker, and is more fairy tale than anything else. Forget the flashy marketing, the Stree Overlord brand has decided to just rip off the Street Fighter characters, throwing them on the packaging in a compromising position. Visitors learn the story of Stree Overlord and his intense sexual prowess. They discover how he was murdered by the India's Shogun warriors, who were no match for him in terms of sex appeal and performance. Thankfully, Stree decided to secretly write down the formula for the ingredients that provided him with his sexual superpowers. As legend would have it, or at least what this site tries to tell you, is that it is this same formula that is within the product itself. Long story short, the website is a short manga story that spends more time telling a made-up fairy tale than actually informing you about the product you are buying and putting into your body.
Okay, so they decided to tell you a story rather than give you science. That's not really a crime. But what is illegal is something that they neglected to tell you. So, as this is considered an over-the-counter medication, typically it does not, a lot of these over-the-counter supplements are not required by the FDA to actually, submit their formulas for testing. It's one of those things that's really a big problem because people will go to the store, they'll see these supplements in the health section with other medicines and assume, oh, well, these must be tested, they must be FDA approved. And the fact is, a lot of vitamins and supplements have never been tested. But the FDA will randomly test over-the-counter products from time to time just to make sure that there's nothing in them that there isn't supposed to be. And so this is the notice we got from November of 2020 from the Food and Drug Administration. This comes directly from their website.
The Food and Drug Administration is advising consumers not to purchase or use Stree Overlord, a product promoted for sexual enhancement. This product was identified during an examination of imported goods. FDA laboratory analysis confirmed that Stree Overlord contains sildenafil and ciprofloxacin. Sildenafil is the active ingredient in Viagra, an FDA-approved prescription drug for erectile dysfunction. FDA's approval of Viagra is restricted to use under the supervision of a licensed healthcare professional. This undeclared ingredient may interact with nitrates found in some prescription drugs, such as nitroglycerin, and may lower blood pressure to dangerous levels. People with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or heart disease often take nitrates. This undeclared ingredient may interact with nitrates found in some prescription drugs, such as nitroglycerin, and may lower blood pressure to dangerous levels. People with diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or heart disease often take nitrates. Ciprofloxacin is the active ingredient in Cipro, an FDA-approved prescription drug in a class of drugs called fluoroquinolone antibiotics used to treat bacterial infections. Fluoroquinolones are associated with disabling and potentially permanent side effects of the tendons, muscles, joints, nerves, and the central nervous system.
So as it turns out, this went far beyond some supposedly natural sex health remedy making somewhat dubious claims about the effects of their all-natural ingredients. These people were claiming this product was all natural while they were shoving in controlled drugs into it. So that really any boner you got wasn't from the root extracts or the leaves or whatever. It was because they were giving you Viagra, which they're not legally allowed to do when you don't have a doctor's prescription, specifically for the reason of, people that are taking nitrates could have bad results. And yet their packaging claims that you can have all of these heart conditions that you might take nitrates for, and you can safely use their product because it's all natural. And that is insane and highly illegal. I'll be honest, when I started making this video, I assumed that it was taken off the shelves because, some ingredient that's all natural actually is linked to cancer, or maybe there were just bad side effects, like one of the ingredients was actually toxic to humans. I thought it was going to be something mundane like that, like this untested herbal remedy had bad side effects. I never expected that they would be shoving Viagra drugs into it and saying that it's all natural. But I think this really shows us that if you are going to start a health, wellness, sexual wellness regimen, whatever, it's important to contact your physician and have a discussion with them first, even if you're just going with over-the-counter supplements, because ultimately, when you play with your health, you lose. So if you see Stree Overlord in some shop by its telltale picture of Ryu just going on a trip to Pound Town against Chun-Li, be sure to buy something different. It's just not worth it. And that's going to be our video today, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I will talk to you again once I am back from my wedding. Thankfully, I don't think I'm going to need any Stree Overlord to hold up my end of the bargain on the wedding night. Thank God. Be sure to smash that like button even harder than Ryu is smashing Chun-Li on the packaging. Also make sure to comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. But until then, this is Chimera Miniatures, I'm Mr. Sean, and I sincerely hope that you alpha great day and an even beta tomorrow. Bye-bye! And let's not forget the big thank you to my patron, Arthur D. Gonzalez Martin. If you would also like a shout out, be sure to check out the Patreon and join the corresponding tier. Thanks everybody. Bye-bye.